All right, so today we're going to do a quick vlog on changing the oil. This is the first time that I've changed the oil since getting Donna, the D2. Quick note on oil choice. So, seems like the grand consensus from the Land Rover community is to use the Shell Rotella. Normally, I see folks using the T4 15W40. This is a heavy duty diesel oil um, that people like to use in these D2s to get them to run, uh, for a lot, but they keep the longevity of the car. So most people use 15W. Today I have a 5W40 instead of 15. To my understanding, and I'm very much not an expert at all, as I've said multiple times, the 5W is going to get you exactly where you need to go for pretty much most climate types, including my own here in Seattle. I could use 5W no problem. The 15W is a higher quality oil, and one of the biggest differences is that at lower temperatures it's going to stay a lot less viscous than the 5W. So if you live somewhere in like Minnesota or Wisconsin and you're in the middle of the winter, you know, sub-zero degree temperatures, and you're cold starting the Land Rover, probably having a 15W or excuse me, the 5W like I have here is the better option, because when the oil is cold, it's still pretty not as viscous. Um, so again, I could get away with the 15W just fine, but I got the 5W here. It is overkill for my climate, but nothing too wrong with overkill in this scenario. She'll run just fine with the 5W. Okay, so just a quick rundown of what I've got here. Of course, didn't think about the lighting, so you can see my shadow, but that's okay. So got a tarp under the vehicle just in case, when we're taking the drain plug out and taking the oil filter out, if we spill any oil anywhere, not going to get it on the asphalt. Got some jugs here for recycling the oil. Once I take it out, I'm gonna pour it into these jugs. Got some, besides changing the oil, what else we're gonna do today is we're gonna use some Proline Liquid Moly engine flush. This will, well, uh, as the name implies, it's gonna flush out the engine. Probably a good thing with, this engine has 182,000 miles on it, and who knows if anybody's ever flushed it out. And then we got this Proline Liquid Moly motor oil saver. We know that Land Rovers are notorious for leaking oil. There's definitely some oil leaks in this one, nothing major, but some minor oil leaks that I've seen. And hopefully using that motor oil saver will help stop those oil leaks. I also have my oil filter wrench. Again, got my Shell Rotella T6 SAE 5W40 fully synthetic diesel engine oil. Got some brake cleaner. Got my oil pan, funnel. Folks I've seen have recommended, you want to use a heavy duty oil filter. So got the Napa Gold brand here. Got my nylon gloves, rags, and then in here I got my sockets. The drain plug is a 15 millimeter. The head of the drain plug is 15 millimeter, so I'm going to use my 15 millimeter socket and wrench to remove that. So let's get started. All right, pretty simple. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run the engine until it gets up to operating temperature, about 180 degrees, so then we can add the oil flush, or the engine flush. This point, gloves on. All right, we've got our engine flush added, turned on the engine. We're gonna run her for 10 to 15 minutes or until, if she reaches 225-degree engine temp, I'm just gonna shut her off. Um, and then we will remove the drain plug and drain her out. All right, she's been idling for 15 minutes. The hottest the engine got was about 215 degrees. So I'm gonna shut her off now, remove the oil cap, get under, place the drain pan, remove the 15 millimeter drain plug, let all the oil drain out, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we removed the drain plug. Of course, you know, jobs that you think are going to take 15 minutes end up taking hours because I was trying to remove the drain plug. And unfortunately, it was so over torqued, I could not get it off with just a regular ratchet. So I had to go to a couple hardware stores to find a breaker bar. Um, Finally was able to get the drain plug off. So we drained out all the oil, just filled her up with starting with 5.5 quarts of the diesel oil, and then I put in a 300 milliliter can of Proline motor oil saver. Um, so just put that in there. I don't have exact measurements. I was just going by feel when I was pouring. So I'm gonna check the dipstick and see what the level is and see if I need to top it off with some more oil. Meanwhile, lubed up the outside edge of the new oil filter and poured a little bit of new oil into the filter as well. So now I'm going to remove the old oil filter and put the new one in. From what I understand, the reason why you want to leave the old oil filter in while you're draining out the old oil and even putting in the new is just so you make sure there's always some oil in the oil pump. Helps the oil pump not prevent it from failing. So, all right, I'm going to remove the old oil filter, put the new one on, check the dipstick, and we'll see what else we need to do. All right, check the dipstick. Man, can't talk. Checked the dipstick. Level looks good. Didn't need to top it off at all, and she's good to go. So see you in the next vlog, and thanks for watching.